Because it's there. George Mallory had said these words in 1923 when asked why he wanted to scale the Mount Everest. A year later, Mallory died on the Everest, but his 3 words continue to inspire the climbers. Climb, if you will. It's a piece of advice to all the climbers from Edward Whymper. Whymper goes on to say that, do nothing in haste, look well to each step, and from the beginning, think what may be the end. We so far forgot ourselves as to shake hands. Perhaps no other words can better describe the feeling of pure joy one experiences while on the top of a mountain. English mountaineer Bill Tilman had said these words while narrating the moment when he and Noel Odell reached the summit of Nanda Devi mountain in Uttarakhand in 1936. There are other Annapurnas. These words by Maurice Herzog continue to be a source of inspiration. Maurice had led the first successful expedition to climb Annapurna mountain in 1950. A year later, Maurice wrote his bestseller Annapurna, which concludes with the stirring final line, "There are other Annapurnas in the lives of men." Mountains taught me not to cheat. Mountains bring out the best and the worst in us. And who knew this better than Walter Bonatti, the Italian mountaineer? Bonatti was part of the first successful and controversial K2 expedition in 1954. He was left to die in the open in the freezing cold on the savage mountain by his team members. Walter survived to tell the tale. He was cheated, but this is what he had to say. Mountains taught me not to cheat, to be honest with myself and with what I was doing. We knocked the bastard off. Why do we climb mountains? For the heck of it, for the love of it, for the fun of it, and nothing else. No other quote can make it clearer than this. After climbing Everest for the first time in 1953, Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay on their return were received at the base camp by expedition leader John Hunt. Hunt till then didn't know if the pair had reached the top or not, and this is how Edmund broke the news to Hunt. We knocked the bastard off. The Death of the Impossible is the title of an essay Reinhold Messner wrote in 1971 and for the first time triggered a debate on the use of modern equipment as an aid to climbing. Messner, one of the top mountaineers of all time, argued in his piece that there is nothing impossible left in climbing and that the impossible has been murdered by the increasing use and reliance upon equipment. Messner's words continue to haunt the mountaineering world. Mountains are calling. Perhaps one of the most popular mountain quotes ever, John Muir, an American naturalist and an early advocate for the preservation of wilderness, had said these words in a letter to his sister in 1873. John's full quote is, "The mountains are calling, and I must go and I will work on while I can." I now walk into the wild. It's one of those rare quotes that touch your heart. After having decided to live off the ground, Chris McCandless, or Alexander Supertramp as he liked to call himself, walked alone into the wilderness in Alaska in April 1992. Before embarking on his adventure, Chris sent a postcard to his friend saying, "If this adventure proves fatal and you don't ever hear from me again, I want you to know that you are a great man. I now walk into the wild." Chris couldn't survive the wild, and 4 months later, his decomposed body was found. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and visit thewildcone.com for more mountain guides and stories.